thinking.
Hey, we're live.
We did it
pal.
again.
Yeah.
Second week.
Week 2, watching the Elite live. Welcome, everybody.
We should probably introduce ourselves if
That's
you don't
true.
know us already. I'm Frank Gibson. If you watch me usually streaming like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds or any other games.
On this channel.
Yeah. But today I'm talking wrestling with my buddies Chuck and Joaquin.
Hello.
And yeah, so we've been doing this whole podcast thing.
We have.
It's called Watching the Elite. And we've done like a bunch of different episodes for it. We covered all of like the Being the Elite web series. We covered all of the All Elite Wrestling pay-per-views. We went to the first event All In.
We did.
Double or Nothing.
That too.
And yeah, now we just want to do live reactions and bring them to you, the watcher.
In real time.
As opposed to the listener.
Ish.
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, disappointed. You didn't dress for the occasion.
No.
I don't understand what's happening.
I mean...
I wore green, which is real smart.
Yeah.
My jacket has elbow patches.
Oh, nice.
You wearing those?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's those are professor badges.
Yeah. Clearly.
Exactly. I'm tenured.
Yeah, I'm just rocking the old,
It's classic.
Dustin,
It's a classic.
Right?
All right, we should get right into it, right? Get right into the
should.
show. What are we talking about first?
Okay, I think, we're figuring out the format as we go, just like the guys, although they've got a little better idea than
Than we
us
do.
at
Yeah,
this point.
well,
But that's okay.
Yeah, baby steps.
This week we're going to go in order of the matches, but we're going to start off with a big idea.
Okay.
Because I think that ultimately, thematically,
Mm-hmm.
the show is very consistent. It actually reminds me of like Attitude Era Raws or a lot of Attitude Era pay-per-views.
Okay.
And it's something that's going to be bridging across all of the matches, even the promos. And it bookends kind of perfectly. I want to get your guys' opinion on this, okay?
All right.
Let's hear it. Throw it out.
Hit us with the big idea.
Any given Wednesday. The idea is that in AEW, wins and losses matter, but at the same time, you got to take everybody seriously. There's consequences to looking past your opponent. I mean, we learned that even at Fyter Fest.
Of course. Yeah.
With Cody and Darby.
Yep.
Right? And I think this is a pattern that's set up in the first match, actually.
Okay.
So do you want to just get right into it?
Should we just go match by match
Let's
now?
go match by match.
Okay.
All right, let's start it off. Let's go.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Joaquin
Ooh.
disappeared.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay.
He's actually there.
Oh, okay, cool. All
Yeah.
right.
I
Really
assume
quickly,
he
by
is.
the way, anybody who's in the chat, how's our sound? How's our video?
Yeah,
I'm
love-
learning how to do this Twitch thing.
That's pretty good.
Is Joaquin visible?
Yeah.
Do I exist?
I believe you do, actually.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah.
What am I?
Who am I?
Nice.
Yeah, first matchup. It's the first round, first match of the AEW Tag Team Tournament. The top seed,
Yes.
the Young Bucks, against the 8th seed, the bottom seed,
Sure. Yeah, that absolutely. That's
Private Party.
Yeah.
First of all, I love that presentation. I like the idea where it's just, Private Party, up and coming, rookie team, maybe don't have the best record yet.
Of course.
They're 8th seed, Young Bucks, of course, 10-year tag team, the most experienced tag team in the tournament.
It's their company.
And they're the executive vice presidents of the company. Yes. Well, what's up? Delos.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hello.
Also, to catch you curious, how are you doing? Yeah, thank you all for joining us again.
Appreciate it.
Really thoroughly appreciate it. But yeah, so straight into the match.
Yeah.
Thoughts, team?
Woof. This was a fantastic opener. So we're starting to see the structure of the show, which is that instead of sort of the first match of the card being kind of a warm-up, the first match of the card is the blowout match, right?
Yep.
There's no commercial breaks. We get to see the whole thing. It's going to be the match that hooks the audience, right?
Do you think that's symptomatic of like how NXT's been playing their card, which is, hey, we're gonna put like Matt Rattle, Rattle.
He's a bit of a baby.
Yeah. I mean, on Twitter he is.
Yeah, that's true.
But Matt Riddle versus Adam Cole. They put that straight up front.
Yeah.
Barn burner in the match. Probably the best match last week.
Yeah.
Arguably better than Rio and Nyla, even though Rio and Nyla had that big match feel. The title belt.
Of course.
Great crowd reaction. Big arena. But arguably last week, the first match of the show on NXT was the best match.
Right.
Yeah.
This week, I feel like maybe this is a little bit of counter programming.
See, I'd like to think that they're working in a vacuum, not to cut you off. I hope that they're working in a vacuum. I think that's the best advice. I think it was Meltzer was saying, like, that's the best thing they can do as a new promotion, as an upstart promotion. Don't counter program. Don't try to pay attention to what they're doing. Just stay in your lane, do your thing.
I don't know if you've heard, but there's a Wednesday night war.
Oh, is there?
Happening.
Okay.
But Chris Jericho told me there isn't one.
It's news to
Oh,
me.
that's true. But actually, I think that it works outside of this, and it works with my big idea.
Okay,
Big
all right.
idea,
We need like a
okay?
sound effect for that.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think this is the match that establishes the theme of the night.
Okay. By the way, Clarissa explains it all guitar riff. Your big idea?
On the sound
Yeah,
riff.
We'll get a scene transition.
Okay. Yeah.
And by we, I mean you.
Yeah. Eventually. Yeah. I love the story of the match. Okay, so it's established early on that both teams are going to need to put all their focus on their opponents. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because they're both formidable teams, and they can't not keep their eye on the prize. Right.
Yeah.
It's established really early on when Quinn is punished by instead of focusing on Nick Jackson, he preens.
Of course.
He kind of plays to the crowd, and he gets kind of smacked immediately, and JR calls him out for it. He says, that's a very rookie move.
Right.
Immediately, the Bucks take over.
Yeah.
And Nick and Matt do this powerbomb combo. It's actually a powerbomb sliced bread.
Yes, looks great.
That's just a near fall, but Nick immediately follows up with a sharpshooter, and JR allows him by saying, you know what, he's keeping his eye on the prize. But how do the Bucks lose this match?
The Bucks lose this match when they take a little bit too long on the Meltzer driver.
A little bit too long to play to the
just,
crowd.
Yeah, just a little bit. And, this current theme of maybe taking people a little too lightly.
Yeah.
I don't think AEW is creating a lower card right now.
Right.
I think they're positioning everyone where it's just like, hey, you know what? Everyone has a shot here.
Right.
And I think that's part of that ECW style atmosphere. Not like the hardcore stuff, but like at ECW, it's just like, hey, you know what? Spike Dudley might pin Bam Bam Big.
Right.
Yeah. Well, also with this crowd, they're so hot for everything. Everything is over. So why not take the time to establish all of your guys right up top?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry about inserting people that don't matter, or not that they don't matter, but maybe aren't as important, and just make sure all your ducks are in a row the first couple weeks of the promotion while you still have all the good vibes from the audience.
Right. Yeah.
By the way, hello Emperor79. Hello Jay Ronan. Nice to see you guys again.
Jay Ronan's calling it right here, which is he feels like Private Party's going to go all the way and be the first tag team champions.
Wow. Okay.
Whew, that's a big call because who do they have next? Well, we actually don't know who they have next.
Yeah, it's either going to be Lucha Bros or I believe who's the other team? Hey, shout it out in the chat if you guys remember. I'm pulling a blank right now.
It's gonna be the Lucha Brothers or Jurassic Express.
Ooh, that's rough. That's a rough pull.
That's really
for
tricky.
A Private Party. Yeah.
I mean Jurassic Express. I wouldn't if I'm booking.
Yeah.
I don't put Private Party against Jurassic Express because Jurassic Express are super over.
Absolutely.
But however, this week, Private Party's showings have clearly endeared them to the crowd. They were actually warring chants.
Well, great entrance. I love the sort of velvet rope.
That's right.
And with the security guy.
That was a great addition.
Yeah.
The Private Party theme song, not my theme song.
Yeah.
But so I talked about this last week. I talked about it on Twitter today.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, where are the vignettes for the Bucks? Who people where's it? They didn't even do their full entrance last week.
Yeah,
they said the Being the Elite entrance, and a lot of people they may not even know what that is. And this week we got our vignette.
Yep.
Right.
We got to see some attitude from the Bucks. We got some setup for a match that they've been seeding for actually quite some time on the Indies, like over a month ago.
Absolutely.
You guys, they weren't wearing the shirts. They weren't wearing Nick's shirts.
Yeah. Well, actually,
what's up with that?
Well, they were wearing shirts that are going to get them sued by Gatorade. Because that's a logo.
Also,
it's called parody logic.
What is with the crowd loving not the crowd. What is with these wrestlers loving Surge specifically?
Everything's green.
Every wrestler has a green, a neon green, neon yellow theme.
Right. It's just I mean,
they're really biting Jack Evans and Angelico style.
I think they're all channeling their inner backyard wrestler E-Fed. They're all from that same era where it's 2000s, living their dream. They were all Surge wrestlers.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's so.
Did you like the upset?
I did.
Yeah,
I really did.
Same. Agreed.
I think it completely worked. I think you could have sent the Bucks through, but okay. So if you send the Bucks through, then you get Lucha Bros and Bucks on TV.
Which
and
you
if you're
save that,
and
if
I'm
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, Exactly, like, but it's fresh to like so many people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, so you
Sure.
like, so perhaps that was like the direction that they maybe wanted to go. But no, I think like these fresh matchups like are going to be great for them. But okay, number one, the announcement of the like they weighing in like a vodka cranberry.
Amazing. Yeah. Yep.
Very nice. Mark Quinn, when like that dive flurry where
Incredible.
he's just like tope like over the top like Fosbury flop like the whole thing.
Well, it's like the announcers say, it's very Nick Jackson.
Yes.
It gave,
sorry,
gave me chills. Like I was just like
Amazing. Yeah.
like I can, because when they first brought private party in, I was like, okay, they've got some good bits, but you know, they're of course like super new.
Yeah.
Brand new,
And you know, you're putting them primetime television.
Yeah.
A really competitive environment. There's a lot of wrestling out there, and they are shining.
It's
like
true.
they are doing really well.
They're not wilting at all.
Well,
That's impressive.
He botched his Lambo leap.
Sure.
He tried a Lambo leap, and he was like,
at the end
I
there.
don't know about that.
Yeah.
No.
Well.
But also like, this crowd is so hot. I think they were like Boston was like even going up more than DC last week.
I think so. Yeah, which is encouraging. You'd think that like maybe there's diminishing returns. Not the case so far.
Nope, sold out crowds.
Yeah.
Next week sold out too.
Amazing.
It's a great vibe, and you know, we're not doing an NXT show here. We don't hate NXT. I like a lot of stuff.
We're gonna focus on.
But you know, sold out crowd of 10,000 people.
Right.
Sold out Full Sail University of like a few hundred people.
Different things.
It's really hard, and you know, like those intimate feel like indie events, like those are awesome.
Yeah.
And like I like going to those, and I like being a part of the crowd for those. I like seeing them on streaming and stuff, like watching GCW shows or PWG shows. Like it's super fun, but like I don't think anything compares to like a red hot crowd of 10,000 plus who are just like there for these guys.
Right.
Absolutely.
And this is the in between like say NWA Power,
which is a fantastic show. If you guys aren't watching, please check it out. It's a great hour of your week.
right?
Yeah,
and
it's
you know,
something
full-on WWE.
something completely different.
Right. Really quick question for you guys, and for everybody in the chat room, actually.
Mhm.
What did we think of the boys in the crowd? SCU in the crowd.
Loved
the
it.
Hybrid 2 in the crowd.
Okay.
Not a monitor to be found. Yeah, let's talk about it right now.
I love-
They finally have a name.
The
Hybrid 2. What are they a hybrid of? Is it Sativa and Indica? Is this a weed joke?
I thought it was more like a hybrid theory, like a Linkin Park album.
Oh, hey. Oh, are you talking about the Jay-Z Linkin Park?
Yeah, the crossover.
Mashup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's garbage.
Yeah.
No,
No, I mean, I think they're together. They're like a hybrid team, right? Like they, even though they kind of do the same thing. It's a terrible team name, in my opinion. I do love their characters though. That they're shitty boys.
Yeah.
They sit in the crowd and they're just shitty, and it's great.
Well, they figured it out.
Assholes.
Yeah.
They figured out the characters, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate the hybrid
not a
too.
fan. Yeah. The name again. Yes, absolutely.
name,
The
not
name,
the
not
guy.
the
Okay,
guys.
but okay, Casa de Los. Sativa dominant, Indica dominant.
Jesus.
Get back to us.
Oh my God. Oh, line of the night. I'll
Sativa
say.
dominant.
So this is
No,
line,
it's okay too for them.
line of the night during this match, non-promo edition. JR talking about the Rock and Roll Express, and he says to our younger viewers, if you don't know who the Rock and Roll Express is, you should do a Google. Do a Google.
Hang
You know
on
what?
though.
I do a Google at least once a day.
I actually think maybe you have this thing about SpawnCon and AEW maybe doing some SpawnCon, and if you haven't, get at us. Me and Chuck do kind of work, you know, in the business, as they say.
Is that right?
But later, okay, Excalibur was talking about Jimmy Havoc being both a sadist and a masochist, and he said, please have safe search enabled.
Ooh,
So
that's
there's
good
a lot
advice.
of Google SpawnCon, you know, NSFW probably.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
By the way, if you want to look for that stuff, you go to Bing.
Do the Google.
Bing, where there are no rules.
Exactly. It's the Outlaw Mud Show Google. It's
But God damn it. Speaking of Outlaw Mud Show, that brings us to our next boys.
The Outlaw Mud Show.
The Inner Circle.
Love it. Love it. What do you guys think of the Inner Circle as a name, huh? That's what I want to hear.
So, it ain't no...
Oh, very good. Too catchy curious.
Do a Duck a Go-Go next week.
Duck,
No,
duck,
well,
go.
no, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a more web crawler, hot pot.
Yeah.
Dog pile.
I'm going to tout that later. I'm going to steal your joke.
Pop it on Usenet.
Exactly.
Put that in your gopher and smoke it. I'm old.
Oh, man.
So,
This
Inner
promo.
Circle,
Yeah.
number one, Chris Jericho.
Oh, my God.
Is a genius. Chris Jericho, I didn't realize just from this point, and we'll talk more about how they work together as a team later, but oh my God, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Chris Jericho gets a hold of Sammy Guevara and turns him into the fuckiest of fuckboys immediately.
Oh, he's like a mini Randy Orton.
No, like millennial Randy Orton.
I love it.
I wrote it down. We've been doing the show too long.
Randy Orton meets the Paul brothers.
Just when Jericho's like eyeballing his abs, he's like, look at this sexy Spanish gentleman.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
This teen heartthrob.
Is he Spanish?
That's what he said. That's what Jericho said. Yeah.
Roll that R, man.
There you go.
Yeah. Just completely.
We will ask you, Jeeves.
Yeah.
We will. We'll ask him if Sammy G is Spanish. Let's ask him.
Oh, there we go. Ask Jeeves. Yeah.
So, like,
Jeeves.
This will be my down moment of it.
Okay.
Of the night, where it's just like, I like the stable. Learning more about Jake Hager makes me not want to see him on television.
Well,
really? I
well,
want to hear this.
thankfully, he's a strong silent type.
Yeah.
Because shout outs to our Twitter follower @SoEliteSid, who, by the way, just a great AEW fan.
Yes.
She's been to all the events. She's been with us since day one. If you're listening to us, shout outs to you. I didn't realize that he's a MAGA chud.
Yeah.
He's a little fascist fucker.
I mean, look, it's not ideal, but he doesn't talk. He just sits there, or stands there in his polo.
He does clotheslines.
And he does clotheslines.
My name is Jake Hager, and I throw clotheslines.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jake Hager, as Chris Jericho says.
All right.
Mayor Hager.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess he's Chris Jericho's heater, because he did come out during the last match.
He's also JR's heater, if you know what I mean.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Well, okay, really quickly, because we used to do this on our other show. Okay.
Yeah.
Chuck!
Mm-hmm.
What is a heater? In professional wrestling.
Yeah, God, you put me on
this live.
You put me on the spot here. It's sort of the guy that he's the setup guy, I guess I'd say. The guy that sort of adds the heat, so Jericho can have somebody that can run interference for him, so he can be a smarmy tough guy heel without actually having to be a tough guy.
Yep.
And he does a great job at it. We'll talk about this later in the main event. He fits his role really well.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing, like, again, this is gonna be later stuff, but the sort of faces and the heels kind of collide here. What do you guys think of this T-shirt? Illuminati inspired?
It broke the website.
So is that automatically qualified for Shut Up and Take My 20?
Yeah, I mean,
I think
it does. Yeah,
I think it looks cool.
It's actually the best T-shirt that AEW has come up with. If you guys have,
whoa,
yeah,
all right,
I'll say it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that like collectively the wrestlers in the promotion. I mean, this is a great shirt.
Yeah.
Shout out to Clothesline Apparel, Pro Wrestling Tees. It's a great store.
Yeah.
The New Legacy. Casa de los is calling the New Legacy.
Yeah,
I agree.
But like,
it's the same format.
I wasn't following WWE very closely at the time. I was kind of out as a fan during Legacy. I was thinking like Impact Wrestling's Main Event Mafia, and that's like you can go either way with these kind of disparate stables. Where it's just like, because usually, these stables have like a very unified look and stuff like that.
Well, that was the scuttlebutt on Twitter. People were saying, what's the gimmick of the stable? Like,
I like that
they
don't have one. I think
it's
more ECW. Like, where
more
it's
real.
Yeah, like you think about like the triple threat in ECW.
Right.
Like Bam Bam, Chris Candido, Shane Douglas.
One of my favorite factions of all time.
Yeah.
Highly underrated. Actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Like,
yeah.
Did they look anything alike? Did they occasionally wear the same T-shirt?
No, it would betray their characters. Like, there's no way that, like, Jake Hager is going to wear the same kind of joggers that Sammy Guevara wears.
No, they're actually showing, like, a bit of character between them, which I think is great. And
he's a straight leg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Five of them.
Okay, so it kind of reminds me of, like, the Dolph Ziggler, AJ, and Big E stable, where you're just like, why are you guys together? Wow, you're really complimentary.
Yeah.
And so far, it's just like, this is going great.
Well, it also seems like, again, I'm sorry not to cut you off, it also seems like Jericho's deliberately put together a stable where each person is assigned to a member of the Elite.
Yes.
Right? If he's got Kenny, then, it's like the Bucks are taken care of, Hangman's taken care of, like, they're all taken care of.
It's actually, again, like real sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You bring in your Kobe stopper.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ultimately, you Ruben Pedersen. But I actually think that it's a numbers game, and I'm really interested to see how this storyline plays out.
Because someone's got to get added now.
Somebody might need to get added, or I mean, if you actually think about it, and we're gonna try to talk about BTE later. That's part of the drama that's unfolding on BTE is like Hangman's status as a member of the Elite, and sort of the Elite being pulled apart during the beginning of AEW, which makes complete sense because it can't just be the world ain't sunshine and rainbows as Cody once.
Absolutely,
said,
yes, yeah, 100%,
okay? But what I really loved about this segment is let's not like gloss over the fact that this is the first chance at a proper promo on AEW TV, and Jericho knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
you
because
just give this man a live mic.
They said that they weren't going to be doing like a whole lot of these.
That's why I was surprised to see an in-ring promo. Yeah,
but it was punchy.
Yes,
it was to the point. Jericho got to shit on WWE creative.
Oh my god! Yeah, the pop that got was great. Yeah.
It was,
We the People sucks, and it's dead and buried. It's a stupid idea from bad creative. And he also talked about.
Well, here's the thing. Jericho actually announced he's voting for Andrew Yang in the primary.
Did he? Ooh,
yes, he did.
Wow.
Yeah,
he
he's
loves
part of the Yang
math.
Gang.
That's yeah.
I mean, Yang tweeted at him and said, like, go back with the AEW.
You know, I've always seen him and been like Jericho. I mean, Yang Gang was like the second name for this faction.
See, I thought he was more of a Warren guy. You know, she's got a list for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you know what the funniest thing about all of this, by the way, is he was talking about bad creative in WWE.
Yeah.
But then he was still putting over his list because you know that's a
different kind of list. Different kind of list. A good list.
But the list was his.
Yes.
So like subtly he's kind of saying like that creative's bad.
But no, the list.
But my creative is.
Yeah.
I'm good. So.
Oh, and he said the S word.
Yeah.
He said shit. Second shit. So I'm gonna keep track of these. So JR said shit week 1 when Hagar debuted. Jericho said shit week 2. Who's getting the shit ball next week? Since we get one a show.
Cody.
Who gets to say shit? You think Cody next week to say shit? Okay.
Maybe Kenny will just say it 100 times.
Oh.
By the way, Lowe's says there are raw talent for Jericho to mold. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the guy who Jericho can help most and has like the highest ceiling, Sammy Guevara.
100%.
I think the guy who needs him the most is Mayor Hagar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is canon now, by the way.
He's
But
not
no,
Mayor
I think you're absolutely right. Guevara is going to get the most rub from being
Yeah.
in this group, and I'm so excited for this guy. You know, we talked in like the very first All Out or All In show that he looked like he wilted a little bit under the lights.
Yeah.
He is.
The yips.
He's looked so much better. He looks so comfortable. He looks like he's been in this position his whole life.
Gives him purpose.
Yeah.
It 100% does. It gives him his character like substance. He's not just a fuckboy anymore.
Yeah.
He's Jericho's fuckboy.
He's a Zennial with an internship at a promising corporation
Ooh, I
that
like
doesn't
that.
actually care about him all that much. You know?
He's kind of like Greg in Succession a little bit.
Whoa,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
I only watch professional wrestling.
Oh well, you
Yeah,
should.
we only have time for that now.
Yeah.
And Jojo Rabbit, I'm excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But moving on, we don't have a picture for the next one.
Ooh, by the way, Cody
Yeah.
versus Hagar.
No, we do.
Truly a final fight.
Don't we?
Fantastic.
Do we have a?
I think we do. Let's see what happens.
No.
No.
Well,
That's after.
that's after.
That's
That's
after.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, for now, let's dig into Jimmy Havoc versus Darby Allin. So,
Well, first of all, most of this match got thrown to commercial.
yeah,
For better or worse.
Which kind of sucks. I saw Barnett, who reviews for ProWrestling.net,
Yeah.
where I usually go for like a lot of my recaps.
He's good.
He was like, Jimmy Havoc was on offense too much, and Darby was having to work from underneath, and it wasn't capturing the crowd as much as like the previous matches.
That's the story, right?
Yeah,
That's,
and also you have to take him down like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like not everything can be the Young Bucks.
No.
Like
Oh, absolutely. And also that like Havoc's character, he's trying to sort of establish that he is the like he's gonna work the 5 count. You know, he's gonna do a lot of biting. He's gonna work about a lot of limbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
so to me, the story of this match was, at first, they're both trying to prove that they can wrestle.
Yeah.
Then Jimmy resorts to the biting and the finger work, which puts him on top.
Yep.
Then Darby weathers the storm and actually turns the tide with the same tactics that Jimmy brought on.
Yeah,
to
the
pick up
biting is the
win.
huge turning point. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
again still fits into the theme of the night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Which is basically you got to take everybody seriously, and you're gonna get hoisted on your own petard if you don't.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Yeah. So effective use of time, like okay, so number one, I want them to dim the lights for Jimmy Havoc's entrance. If you could dim the lights for Sean Spears, if you could dim the lights for Sean Spears, you could dim the lights for Jimmy Havoc.
Yes.
Like otherwise, he's just another guy in a coat at the mall.
Yeah.
He got an inset promo.
Yeah, I love the inset promo. I didn't love the content of the promo that much. I don't think it was his finest work.
I like that he's going like not Jake the Snake, but he's going low key. He's not shouting. He's being himself. It's quiet.
Yeah. I like that he has an accent.
Well,
Yeah,
sure.
Because you get to hear that on
He
television.
is British, so
Yeah.
you know,
Well, Fleabag is huge right now.
That's
so
true. That's
they're really
true.
cresting the wave.
Oh man, next episode, Jimmy Havoc, he's gonna seduce a priest.
Ooh.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
He's got neurotic tendencies.
and a hamster? Gerbil?
Yeah.
Guinea pig.
I only watch
It's a
wrestling.
guinea pig.
But yeah, I feel like we are going to see like a. I'm just ignoring everything they said.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get a turn for Jimmy Havoc sooner rather than later, and I'm kind of glad that they're just like holding off on turns and stuff like right now. Just like let things ride for a little bit. We've had a lot of chaos.
Well, what do you mean by a turn? What do you mean by that?
Also, scooch in a little bit, Frank. I want you to be able to still be in us with. Yeah.
Oh, I am.
We're a little tighter.
I know. It's just cutting off on the sides.
Ugh. Yeah, that's my bad, guys.
Yeah. But so Jimmy Havoc, I feel like works best as a heel. His work in progress as a heel was like some of my favorite heel work. Yeah. He really sinks his teeth into a story, and he doesn't really have one yet.
That's the rub.
Well, here's a question. So, are you saying that in AEW and to the chat, I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Are you saying that everybody in AEW is a face until proven a heel? Because my theory is that everybody's actually a tweener until proven a heel.
Everyone's a person until
Jimmy Havoc came out to defend Bret Hart's honor at Double or Nothing. He's a face.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's in canon. So, yeah.
Like,
that's a good point.
Yeah. So it's just like, and he hasn't done anything bad yet.
Okay, but like, as a rule, do you think that everybody is a face until proven a heel?
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know what you're saying. Again, I would lean more towards everyone's kind of just a middle, like a moderate.
Well, also, it's just like it's like what is a face in like 2019?
Right.
You know.
Well, I mean, look at what the Cody and the Bucks have been doing lately. Like they do heelish things, but
yeah, they pull off masks of luchadors.
Funny enough, I think
which Kenny just did to Phoenix as well.
Wow, I did not know that.
In Mexico, yeah, Jesus. He pulled his mask off right in the middle.
I have to watch. Oh, wow. Fuck, I've been putting off watching that match.
We're gonna get a moment to talk about alignment coming up. Actually,
okay,
so,
all right.
That's what we call a tease.
Ooh,
in the business.
But what do you think of this match?
Face until heel, according to Casa de Los.
I thought the match was fine. The thing that I liked about the match, and the thing I'll take away, is that it seems like the coffin drop, because of his showing at Fight for the Fallen,
yes,
where he did that awesome one onto the apron. It was so iconic. They'd use it in all of their promotion. Now the coffin drop is one of the most protected moves in wrestling.
Well, also the other one that he missed as well with the barrel.
Yeah, exactly. But if he hits it, the match is over.
But, and we're gonna try to talk about this within the time limit, is he did hit one on AEW Dark. And he won. And he won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't get all of it tonight, by the way.
No, he did not. But that's what I'm saying. When he hits them, he gets a pin.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like the Judas effect.
Yeah. High risk, high reward.
Yes.
Yep.
But that's perfect for Darby's character.
Exactly. Also, man, who would have thought that like one of the guys that they'd be pushing so hard out of the gate, like from that Cody and Darby match?
Yeah.
Did you really think it was gonna be Darby Allin? Is it gonna be like one of the guys?
Never in a million years would I have guessed.
He's so different.
By week 3, he'd have a world title match.
Well,
blows my mind.
We're gonna talk about him a little more, but here's a question for the chat: is how do we like the font on his chest tattoo? It is the Where the Wild Things Are font.
Oh, it is.
Did he realize it's gonna be a little passé by 2020, 2019?
I don't know. Have you seen Tyler Bateman's Punk Love tattoo?
Ooh, what's it? It's good.
Yeah, or the Man-Eater tattoo.
I'm just, I don't have tattoos, but I'm a Sailor Jerry's kind of classic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Emperor makes a bit of a point here.
Yeah.
Best part of the match was Pac on commentary.
We were just about to get to that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
What I loved about this, by the way, really quickly.
Okay.
They didn't introduce him. He was just there.
Right.
He didn't have an entrance.
Yeah.
He was
just
no, wait,
there. That's the Mox.
Yeah, that's actually coming up.
Match.
That's coming up.
That's why I'm sorry
about that.
We've had you got me for a second.
And again, for the second week in a row, what we're drinking here at Muscle Temple headquarters, Broken Skull IPA.
The control center, the Muscle Temple control center.
That's right.
Our green screen is almost as good as their bad green screen.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Hey, I feel like the Emperor, help me out here. Did our green screen take a little bit of a tick up this week?
A little bit. Yeah.
Big, absolutely.
Well, yeah. We are gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
So in fact, let's just move on to the next match.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be, of course, the women's match with Emi Sakura and Bea Priestley versus the women's title holder, Rio, and Britt Baker DDS.
And so this particular image, Joaquin, I believe you chose for a reason.
Yeah.
Bea Priestley, Will Ospreay's betrothed? I'm not betrothed.
There's an item.
She's stiff.
Yeah.
Well, she's she's a little newer. She's been primarily working in Japan.
MTCC,
and it turns out that her and Britt Baker actually don't like each other very much.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly
Well,
what's
I
happening.
mean, I think it was Adam Cole that, or was it Will Ospreay? Who was it the other way around that was like, we okay, bro?
Yeah, I think it was.
It was
I think it was
Ospreay.
Ospreay. Yeah.
Well, because he's a cheeky Nando, as we know.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
But another shiner.
Yeah.
A concussion, a shiner.
I like the commitment to the bit.
Yeah,
it's great.
This is the hottest thing going in the women's division, though. I'll say it right now. Is that a hot take?
It's the only thing going in the women's division.
Well, Rio as champion and this.
I'm not one for breaking the kayfabes or anything like that.
Okay.
Rio was trying really hard to not look happy the entire match.
Yeah. No, I respect that.
Because Rio was clearly having the time of her life out there.
Yes.
And is on cloud 9, as you should be, because you're the champ.
Yes.
But it was awesome to see someone just like so happy to get the reception that they're getting. That pop for Rio when she came out. Also, love that they started the match with Emi Sakura and Rio. Just like
was a lot of history.
Yeah, and also just like back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like that's the type of action that I think is different from like how WWE presents their women's programs.
Absolutely.
Also, a Vader bomb into a senton.
That was cool. Oh,
Chef's
Excalibur
kiss.
was great during this match, and actually one of the things I liked, I don't know, chat, you tell me if you appreciated this as much as I did. So there was a moment where Excalibur basically was like, "Oh, Emi Sakura, she's a legend," and JR went, "Why?
Yeah.
Tell me why she's a legend." And then Excalibur had to sort of give more background. That's my shit. That's what I want in wrestling. Exactly.
Tell me.
Yeah.
So
Don't
you know
just
what?
state it.
This is a great opportunity to talk about commentary. So we watched AEW Dark. We watched last week, and we've watched every single show they've done so far.
Sure have.
This is the best commentary they've ever had.
Yeah.
They seem really natural. They're working great as a 3-man booth.
Yep. And they've each got their guys.
Yeah.
Like JR has his Hosses, and then
And the Bucks.
and the Bucks, and then Tony's got his dude.
And Jungle Boy.
Oh, and he likes Jungle Boy. Jack Perry.
Yeah, love him.
And Tony Schiavone hates some people in particular.
Exactly. That's what
Like
it is. Yeah, he just doesn't like
MJF.
certain guys. Yeah. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, their interplay was fantastic. This is the best JR has been, I think, so far.
Yeah.
There's a little less of him in this episode, but I think it was still his best work that he's done. However, he keeps critiquing the refs.
I have a note.
I know,
I have a
I
note
love
of that. Well, he backed off a bit in the second half of the show, I thought.
He hates Paul Turner.
But there were moments.
It's fair to hate Paul Turner.
doesn't?
But there were moments in the show where he was definitely. It was detracting from my experience where like he was harping on a little too much. I was getting not uncomfortable, but it was making me anxious. Like, am I not supposed to like what I'm seeing? Like, why harp on this like that?
And also some of it's just like a ref. Like, okay, JR, you've been doing wrestling forever. A ref is like not gonna like DQ someone from like an irate.
Right. Like it's a 5 count.
Yeah, there's gonna be a 5 count. He's like, why doesn't the ref just break the hole? And it's just like, because they have until 5 to do that.
Exactly.
It's just like, oh, why aren't they just DQing them because they're on the floor? Because like Shawn Spears and Jon Moxley are rolling back in and breaking the count.
Right.
Was the Paul Turner's count like a little lenient?
Right.
Yes, but don't give the ref such a hard time. However, he did get complimentary.
He did.
I love
he
with
loves
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
He loves Aubrey.
So much.
Yeah.
It's like Jungle
It's
Boy,
amazing.
Aubrey,
And Hager.
Hager,
Mayor Hager.
and the Sooners.
Above,
yeah.
yeah,
above all.
but
Yeah.
First of all, he loves Aubrey Edwards because she's the best referee I think in professional wrestling.
Well, yeah, and they've said as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that he has a bit with the Bryce Remsburg now.
Yes.
That's like a recurring bit, and I
Yes.
think that's really fun.
The disrespect sometimes, I swear.
Yeah.
Really quickly, out to the chat, any favorite moments on commentary tonight? I've got a list.
Oh, okay.
I've got my own list. Tony calling out the fact that the private party went to House of Glory Wrestling School. I just love It's a Wide World, right?
Yep.
You mean House of Glory Wrestling School, owned
By-
by Master P?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's very East Coast,
Mogul.
West Coast.
Yeah, it's very East
The
Coast,
Bucks
West Coast.
private party.
Excalibur bringing up the Elite Beatdown and how it could affect them this week.
That was good.
Continuity,
Yep.
wonderful. JR telling us he plans on having hot chicken when they're in Nashville. In general, the fact that they're bringing up things that happen in these arenas, like AEW is taking the
They're
mantle.
different. Wait, they go to different places. In WWE, I
Yes.
don't know where the fuck they are.
Oh, WWE is in a vacuum.
Right.
But no,
a pocket universe.
JR has a comment food related to every city they go
That's
to.
true.
He gets
That's
very
true.
excited.
Also,
yeah.
he's like actually selling tickets to shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the way WWE does it is just ineffective, and
Right.
the way that they're doing that
Yeah.
is very effective.
Well, he even goes out of his way to say like, "Oh, next week
We're sold out.
We're sold out, but there might be walk-up seats night of."
Right.
So
But right now
to
we're
the
sold
gate.
out, and
Yeah.
I love that they're announcing the sellouts on TV.
Great.
Right.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Here's another one. Tony saying Rio could get injured getting involved in this post-match scuffle.
Great.
She should stay out
Great
of it.
stuff.
Tony saying that it's referee's discretion regarding Tully.
Yeah.
Right? Which makes total sense. And just, again, they live in a real world, and I think a really cool thing about AEW is they're taking NWA aside.
Yeah.
They are taking the mantle of saying, like, we have ties to wrestling history.
Yes.
Bret Hart, etc.,
Yep.
etc.
Yep.
This is part of our heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff happened. Stuff happened at the Bojangles Arena.
Right. Absolutely. Stuff happened in these guys' careers before AEW.
Right.
They've mentioned the Lucha Bros being the AAA champions at least twice.
Pac talking about his overall record.
Yes.
Not just in this company. He's like, I've been pinned twice in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Should we start
the next bit?
But yeah, so thoughts on this match? I thought this was a really good tag match. I think it was better than the match that they had at Fight for the Fallen, the women's tag. I think Britt Baker looked better this week than she did last week. For sure.
She did.
I really thought Britt Baker was going to turn on Rio, and I'm glad she didn't.
Yeah, same. They seem to be playing those things out slowly, like real people, not to keep repeating it over and over again, but we feel more grounded in reality.
I just don't want big turns right now. That
exactly.
The shows are so chaotic. Keeping alignments set right now, I think is really important.
Well, I think Britt Baker needs to stay a face.
Yes.
I think she's going to stay a face. I'm going to get nitpicky. Love the finish, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great finish.
Didn't look great tonight. Looked
you
great
like
on
it better
dark.
The Mandible Claw Rings of Saturn move that she does.
Right.
Yeah.
Looked great on dark.
Yeah.
Looked.
Well, yeah.
It looked okay tonight. It looked positive only. But
Penelope Ford made it look great because Penelope Ford sold like $1 million.
Right.
It seemed like Emi Sakura didn't quite know what she was being put into, which might just be some miscommunication.
Yeah. Right.
So, I was putting this out there when I was watching the show, and it was just like, does Britt Baker need to put on a medical glove a la Mick Foley putting on a sock?
Ooh, I kind of like...
But does that make it kind of fetishy? And if so, that's probably bad.
Well, there's no time. It needs to be... She's a main eventer. It needs
to
be
maybe
applied quickly.
A little while, we'll get to that point.
I mean, Mick Foley pulled out a sock, and he won the world title.
She should come out with
14 million people.
She should come out with the gloves on and take the gloves off to fight. Maybe.
Yeah,
that could be a thing.
But it's just like, but the idea is, you use like the sock. It's like
sure. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It tastes terrible.
Yeah, and
let us know what you think on the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, let's head on to our next match and boop a doop boop boop.
Hey.
By the way, really quickly, guys, this is a slobber knocker alert.
Oh yeah.
JR called this a slobber knocker.
That made me so happy. There's so many things in this match. First of all, Mox is in shorts. Stupid, sexy Moxley.
New Japan Mox.
Ooh, guys.
For sure.
He's doing things.
Yeah.
He's doing things.
First of all, love the shorts. Number 2, Moxley's knee pads are getting bigger.
Yep.
Number 3, in 10 years he's gonna be Stone Cold with those pneumatic.
I think he
fuckers on the side, the $10,000 knee pads.
Christ.
And he's just gonna look like Stone Cold.
Well, he's got insurance.
Yeah, it's through Renee.
I want to say one thing real quick.
Okay.
So we're not all positive here. I thought there was a big issue. So building up to this match, the right before this, they air a little mini vignette for the best friends hugging. Then we cut to the best friends in the crowd. Then the best friends speak for 2 seconds. Chuck Taylor's not really even paying attention. They separate. We reveal Orange Cassidy. The crowd goes up for Orange Cassidy. The lights go out. Then Shawn Spears appears, but his entrance is awkward because there's no sound and it's him just sitting there. I think he's supposed to get heat by interrupting a potential Orange Cassidy promo, but that doesn't play.
And JR is confused.
Then he gets up.
Because they did the lights out bit.
Right. Walks to the ring. Commercial break. Come back from commercial break. Never hear from Best Friends or Orange Cassidy again.
I think that's fine. I think
it's too much.
No.
Too many things. And then Pac is suddenly there without it. It's too many things.
Look.
Too many things.
I love
too many.
That basically Shawn Spears is gonna go Jennifer Beals every week.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a Flashdance reference.
Look,
for you Zennials.
I thought you were gonna go Demi Moore.
The entrance is
Showgirls.
Striptease. Showgirls would be, of course, and Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Look, it's
who played Jesse. I'm so excited.
Sorry, I
just can't hide.
Sorry, I got Flashdance,
I'm so excited.
Striptease, and
I'm
Showgirls
so
confused.
Scared.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look, the entrance I don't have a problem with. I just thought it was too many things. Like, if you want to get the promo of the Best Friends interrupted, just start with that. Why do we need this like 3? I got excited as a viewer. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a BTE sketch with the Best Friends in the park. That's exciting. Nope.
Yeah.
Didn't get that. We got the rug pulled out from under us. Oh, we're gonna get a promo. Didn't get that. Rug pulled out from. Oh, is it gonna get an entrance? Nope. Didn't even get. Give me something to grab onto right here.
Well, we're starting to realize how wrestling shows are put together and why they're put together for a certain way.
Yeah.
Which is, it's hard to do 2-minute segments.
Oh, absolutely.
It's hard to do 2-minute segments, and they try and do them organically, where it's just like, hey, you know how in WWE they're playing a promo, like a backstage promo there, and they show the crowd, and it's just like, well, why won't the wrestler be there?
Right.
Like, I think all of this is like very reactionary, where it's just like, hey, this is like traditionally how wrestling's being presented. We're gonna try something a little different, and sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. I thought the promo was like a little weird, and the lights out definitely confused me.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe they just wanted to do the lights out so they could do it again later with Cody.
Sure. No, that's true. I guess those things could have been separated. Is all I'm saying.
Possibly.
If you wanted the Orange Cassidy pop, you could have gotten that without having it be interrupted by.
Well, no one even knows who he is really.
Well,
on TV.
Oh,
whoa, come on, he's featured on BT
He's
this
so
week,
over.
which we're gonna get to.
Yeah, he had a match on AEW Dark, guys. It was on YouTube. The frame rate was bad.
Well,
it's very true. Hang on, real quickly.
Okay, I'm hanging.
This match
by a thread
also fits the theme.
Okay.
Sean Spears takes time to taunt, pays for it with a headbutt that leads to a paradigm shift, which ends the match.
Yeah, great match.
Gotta take it seriously.
Good match. Enjoyed it. I liked all the interference from. Oh God.
Tully Blanchard.
Thank you, my God, Tully Blanchard.
From the Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard.
God, guys.
I know it ain't
Shut
NWA
up.
Power, Chuck.
No, Tully Blanchard was fantastic. He picked his spots. I thought there were some great sort of interference spots. Moxley wants to die. The fact that he agreed to take a Death Valley driver onto the
concrete.
It was the concrete. They missed the padding
and the rails.
Just
big AEW chant for that.
But they're trying to get over this idea that Spears is getting more aggressive, that he's being coached up more by Tully.
And don't worry, Mox is fine. He has a Band-Aid on his elbow surgery.
Yeah, what is that?
Right.
He has a Band-Aid.
Kinesio tape. That'll fix your MRSA.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, so match quality, what y'all think?
B-, C+.
Doesn't need to be.
Yeah, exactly. It's a TV match.
Yeah, it's a TV match. You got Mox on TV.
Yeah.
He's doing some kind of stuff that you don't expect him to do.
Exactly.
He hasn't been allowed to do it.
Yeah.
But where does Spears go from here?
I think, so they mentioned on Twitter that there's going to be enhancement matches in AEW, and I think because we're starting the show, we're not going to get that for at least another couple weeks. We have this tournament going on. We have things. I think eventually Spears will be rebuilt by being able to wrestle some of this enhancement talent.
Well, and look,
I just feel bad for him if he's going to end up on AEW Dark, which is essentially where he lived in WWE.
Well, I'm saying you feed him like Brandon Cutler, he can get some heat back. That's all I'm saying. Like that's Cutler's job.
And here's the
what
thing.
if he just hits him with a chair? He just hits Brandon Cutler with a chair and pins him.
Love it. That's what I thought was going to happen tonight. I for sure thought Spears was going to get DQ'd immediately.
Well, so let's talk about this now.
Yeah.
Well, I before we get into that, DQ finishes. They don't seem to want to do those.
Right.
It's almost like they got some real kudos from the wrestling world for not doing a DQ finish, even in their main event. They clearly should have had DQ because it involved a DDT through a glass table.
Right.
But
well, Knox couldn't see that far.
Yeah, but it's a main event. These are big matches.
Yep.
You don't want to throw them out.
Yeah.
Because, it'd be crazy to throw out the main event of a show. Like a Hell in the Cell. Like where you just throw out.
Careful, Frank.
Where you throw a no contest,
wait,
no DQ match.
I'm not caught up, so.
Oh yeah, he's behind. Don't spoil it.
You're gonna watch Hell in the Cell?
No, we don't want to. No, we're an AEW
Positive
show.
only.
We're
an AEW show. Look at it. Well,
There's so much wrestling to watch. Like that show's like 4 fucking hours long.
NWA Power's got too many R's for me.
It's pretty good though. All right, where are we going next? Where are we going next?
Where are we going next? Let's see.
I don't know if you can hear that. The Rock is flying overhead in a helicopter. It's very exciting.
Oh yeah, some guy got shot.
Jesus.
Yeah, yesterday.
Los
Yeah.
Angeles. Guys, here's where we're going.
Okay.
First off, actually, all right, we're gonna be talking about Pac on commentary, like we promised.
Right. Yes. Okay. He was really good. I like that he was complaining, like, well, why isn't he in this match? He has the best record, and he's absolutely right. Like, why isn't he in that number one contender match? But I like that it makes sense. Like, from like a booking standpoint, like the guys are probably booking a couple weeks out, even within the reality of the show.
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't know he was gonna be 2-0. They have to set this match.
Well, let's actually talk about this.
Okay.
So, in the lead up and during Dark, etc., when they announced Darby versus Jimmy, the justification was that Cody talked about
quality of wins.
Yeah. Which
so Jimmy won the
Cracker
Barrel Clash,
but against two good guys, and Darby gets the bump because
and it was this big scary match.
Right, and Darby gets a bump because he went to a draw with the guy who is the number one contender.
Right. So
makes sense to me. I don't know.
And when we were talking about this offline in an analog podcast known as a conversation,
I've heard about those.
It's actually what I love about it is Cody has managed with one line with one hand wave.
Yep.
To take real sports, this wins and losses matter, take the real sport thing, and carny it up.
I love it.
Right?
Just like college football.
It's the Sugar Bowl, basically.
Yeah, it's great.
So I did talk about this bit on Twitter.
Yeah.
They're saying things like first seed and eighth seed.
Yep.
They're saying things like quality of wins. They're doing win-loss records.
Yeah.
Guys, just have a regular fucking wrestling match. For the love of God, just have a wrestling where people exchange holds and stuff, and they don't go to the outside. There's no fucking glass table. There's no chairs. There's no.
You think it's too many shenanigans?
Cody Rhodes is his father's son.
I disagree with you.
I think it's PWG.
No. I'm just saying, if you're doing a sports-like presentation.
Pac has wins over guys with losing records. Thank you, Jay Ronan.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Like Kenny Omega.
Just have.
That's a hot take.
Hey.
But just have like one regular wrestling match. Just have one straight.
But this is new school wrestling. Like you go to like a New Japan show, even New Japan matches, they spill out of the ring all the time.
They have the Japanese table.
Yeah.
That's Matthew.
Yeah, but that's not.
Shoutouts.
That's not all the time. It's not all the time. You need to have your first couple weeks, go nuts, go crazy. First pay-per-view, fucking blow up the arena. I don't give a shit. Like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But at some point, you need to have a regular fucking wrestling match because you need a baseline. You need something that's just like, hey, we are doing a sports-like wrestling presentation here. Adam Page is gonna fucking pin this guy's shoulders to the mat with a crazy pinning combination after having
But
like a catch-as-catch-can match.
Was that championship match not that for you? There wasn't that much business.
Jericho Page?
Yeah.
That wasn't a huge amount of business, but like Jericho in particular relies on bells and whistles as well.
Sure, he does,
especially at this point in his career.
Yeah.
I'd just like to see a couple. Like, I can't believe I'm getting resistance.
Frank's a real hater right now.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm getting resistance on. Let's have a couple matches where
because I don't.
But that's not what this promotion is.
And I also think you're overblowing it.
Sports-like presentation, wins and losses matter.
Yes.
Just have one regular wrestling match, so you have at least that as something to compare the Cracker Barrel Clash to.
Maybe when they get Zack Sabre Jr. for a one-off match, they'll do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's wrestling is the art that tells the lie.
Okay.
I'm thoroughly. Here's the funny thing is, who knew? I'm thoroughly sports entertained.
I am too.
Well, no, I am too. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying that if you're pretending to be a sport, at least pretend to be a sport for 10% of your show.
Okay, we gotta move on.
But you
okay,
didn't
no,
like
no, we
Kip Sabian
gotta
versus.
We gotta move
You
on.
hated that Kip Sabian
on.
match.
We gotta move on.
That's because the match was bad. I'm not saying have a
He
bad.
powerbombed
We
him onto
gotta
the thing.
move on.
I'm just saying the match was bad.
We'll talk about the sport next week.
Okay, so. Well,
now
we're gonna talk about a barbed wire broom now. Okay, so Kenny Omega comes in.
Okay, yeah.
Nope.
Oh, we missed it. Did we miss one?
Yeah, I guess this is not in there.
We lost the picture. Okay, well that's okay.
Yeah.
So after the match, Pac comes off commentary. Before that, after the match, Kenny comes out. One of the best moments of the entire show. Kenny Omega comes out with a barbed wire bat and a barbed wire broom. Incredible stuff.
So number one, really appreciate whatever weird T-shirt Kenny's wearing.
Yeah.
Because that is not a beefy T fabric, nor is it American Apparel, Next Level, Anvil, or any other high-end T-shirt brand.
It looks great.
Oh,
Ooh, we got a little dog outside.
Yeah, big dog's out there.
Oh man, that's Roman Reigns' yard.
Roman Reigns out there.
Did it.
Bat.
But I love this bit.
Yeah.
So in my defense, I love this bit. This bit is silly. The crowd loved it. I loved it.
When Kenny throws the bat to Moxley, that's the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah.
Without question, I think.
Yeah.
And then the crowd was so torn because when Pac interferes and presents Kenny Omega as a delicious meal for one John Moxley doesn't take it. The crowd was like, oh, like they were so torn.
Yeah.
It just I loved it.
I love it because it's so okay. Get this. I think this shows the spectrum of alignment.
Okay.
In AEW.
Go on.
Okay, you got chaotic evil.
Yeah.
In Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Versus chaotic neutral in Moxley.
Mm.
Versus chaotic good in Kenny.
Okay, all right.
By the way,
I think you're absolutely right.
Moxie's got a Bushido code.
Well, that's what it is. I think he only will attack Kenny if it's on
Mifune.
his terms.
Yeah.
And I think there's also something where he doesn't want doesn't want anyone's help.
I don't know,
but
man.
also,
He fucked up the main event of the first show.
But it was
a big dog invasion.
But he jumped in, and he was the one directly to attack Kenny. He's not attacking a man when he's... Well, I guess he kind of attacked him when he was down at the... Yeah.
He attacked him in the middle of a match.
Yeah. I think also there's an element where he doesn't want Pac's help specifically. I think Mox is trying to, like, sort of separate himself from any ties to the WWE.
Yeah. He'll do it himself.
Yeah.
And in this moment, I realized that Kenny Omega, he wants to sports entertain too.
He does?
Because he was chewing the scenery. He was loving every goddamn second of this.
Oh, it's amazing.
And it made me really happy because it's just like...
Barbed wire broom!
And But I will say, after this, after we get our Kenny Moxley, it's going to be like a fucking nonsense match. And it's going to be great. I'm going to love every second of it. 5 stars. Going to have barbed wire brooms and all sorts of...
Oh, yeah.
And sugar glass and fireworks and, hey, maybe even a light tube. Maybe Kenny Omega can get hit with a light tube. It's going to be great. We'll love every second of it. I want Kenny Omega to have a wrestling match. I want Kenny Omega to get to wrestle on national television.
He wrestled Shima. Oh, I mean on national TV.
On national television.
Yeah.
I want Kenny Omega to have a wrestling match so everyone in the world, the 1 million+ people who are watching AEW on TNT will know that Kenny Omega is a very good wrestler and not a maniac who is just really into brooms.
Sure.
Because that's all...
Well, he's the cleaner.
That's all you know about... He isn't the cleaner.
No, I know.
He's not the cleaner anymore. All that you know about Kenny Omega is that he's the weird broom man.
Mm-hmm.
And that Excalibur he has Japanese friends, and Excalibur on commentary said he's having a nervous breakdown. Well, this is presented in a vacuum.
He's a hero for us all.
To the viewer.
We contain multitudes.
It's an anxious time.
Presented to the viewer in that way. Kenny Omega maybe doesn't look like your biggest main event star yet. And you know what? Yeah, you can do the build to Kenny Omega on
he's
television.
not right now.
Yeah, he's not.
Cody's position is a bigger main eventer than
You don't need him to
Kenny.
be. Yeah. That's
But-
an embarrassment of riches.
No. It's great, and we're going to see Kenny on top. And I know they're not rushing us, but I do think they make assumptions about who we know and who we don't. Because Kenny Omega is being presented in a main event program, and I think there is a portion of the fan base who won't know who this guy is. And
That's fair.
And maybe you can give a little bit of extra time. Maybe you can shave a minute off some matches here and there. Tell me a little bit more about the guy, and maybe just have him wrestle one fucking wrestling match.
I'm surprised we aren't getting any more packages, sort of explaining people's backgrounds, telling us like who the characters are. That kind but that's
Chuck, I need to do a Google.
I do need to do a Google. My God! Shouts to what was that Flora Pop Shop for the fun smiley face there. Thank you.
It's a little robot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this bit was great. I loved it, and I had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
All right, well then moving on.
Yeah.
Main event.
Already?
Yeah.
Main event.
That's a gag.
Tag team match between the Inner Circle.
Yep.
Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara.
Who
wearing
knew?
the shirt.
Looking great.
Who knew?
Oh yeah, Jericho was in his New Japan Tag Team gear.
Yeah.
Got the T-shirt on.
Absolutely. T-shirt Jericho.
Yeah. Who knew? My new favorite tag team, Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Makes me so happy.
Versus Dustin Rhodes, The Natural.
Yes.
Right? And Hangman Page.
Hangman Page playing the part of Barry Windham.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
which Tony mentioned, by the way.
Yeah. So this was actually fully set up on BTE. This match was 100% set up on BTE. The Bucks went backstage after the big beatdown segment on the first episode of AEW on TNT.
Yep.
They go backstage and they're like, "Hangman, where were you?"
Yeah.
And then he's Dustin, not in the EVP locker room.
And Dustin even goes to him and he's just like, "Look, I'm not even in the Elite.
Right.
I wasn't even in the match.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even meant to be out there. I was there.
Yet I was in full gear.
And he's just like,
face painted.
Yeah. And Adam Page is
he just hangs out like that.
Yeah. In the most refreshing piece of wrestling logic and in conversation I've ever heard. Adam Page is like, "Yeah, you're right. Let's take care of it next week."
Yep.
I was like, wait. Yep. Wrestlers agreed on something.
That's right.
A guy was told he was doing something wrong and maybe didn't have his head in the game. And he's like, "Actually, you know what? Yeah, maybe I did it. And you know what? I'm going to try better."
Look, player, I'm going to set up a big tag team match.
And here's okay. And so I was going to talk about this too. Where it is. This is a big tag team main event.
It's a big tag team main event.
Which is what they had last week. This is more along the lines of the New Japan.
I think that's what this is. I think that's what AEW is.
They're trying to get the new tag team main event over.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm loving the format.
I think it's a genius format. Maybe once every like 5 weeks or 4 weeks, you give us a big singles main event, something to look forward to. You build to it, and I think the main event next week is going to be Jericho and Darby Allin. So like that's kind of keeping in line with that. But most weeks, your main event should be a tag team that builds on the feuds that are already on your show.
And then it becomes a big brawl. Honestly, we'll talk about the big brawl in a second.
Well, the match first, right?
Because I hope that both episodes of Dynamite have ended with big brawls.
It's very NWO.
I want every single week to end with a big brawl.
Well,
but
we'll see.
What do you guys think of the actual match? It was,
I thought it was fine.
It was good.
Yeah, I have a note for Adam Page if he's watching or listening.
I'm sure he is.
So I love Adam Page.
Hi, Hangman.
There are people who have been criticizing him. Maybe he isn't connecting with a larger audience the way that he has in other promotions.
At BBANA, Anna's friend of the show on Espinosa,
Yeah.
she said, "What's the deal with him?" And I was like, "Listen, I got a show. We're about to go live. We've got a diatribe coming tomorrow."
So okay, I think if I was him, I like that he does the flippy stuff. I think his shooting star press is impressive. I think the moonsault is the one that I would keep, the big moonsault, the top rope to the outside.
Yeah.
I think he needs to lean in more on the Haas stuff. I think he looks the best when he's doing the big clotheslines, when he's doing the power stuff.
The fall away slam with the bridge
looked really good.
Yeah.
More of that, please. Like again, literally be Barry Windham.
Yeah, and first of all, I thought Page did a much better job this week.
He
than
did.
He has previously.
He absolutely did.
On AEW television and pay-per-view. I think he's getting that relationship with the crowd. I think he's getting his legs out from under because, again, Adam Page is still new.
He's got a little bit of the yips too,
and also has never been this prominently. He hasn't been this prominently placed in any promotion ever, including various independent promotions. He never had that big PWG run.
It's true.
He never had the big ROH run.
It's true.
He never had like the run in New Japan on top.
It's
true. He never had any of that stuff. This is fresh to him.
Yeah,
but he got kidnapped by the WWE. And then there was a shirt.
Yeah.
The very big storyline on a YouTube show I liked.
All his...
Yeah.
I mean, we still watch that YouTube show.
We do watch that YouTube show.
We're going to talk about it in a second.
Hey, you know what? I even took notes this week.
That's right. We're going to talk about it.
I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, big notes of the match. A lot of Hager interference. A lot of big close
Which works. It works great.
It works great. Jericho is a dominant champion, and he is getting pins.
As he should.
As he should.
He's getting pins. His new finisher is getting over.
Yep.
Getting big pins. I'm just not used to it, guys.
Well,
I'm just
it's true.
really not.
It's true.
A lot of internal logic that makes sense.
Yeah. It's just like, well, like, wouldn't the guy that Jericho's wouldn't like Sammy just get pinned by Page or something?
Yeah.
Or wouldn't Jericho take the pin in a non-title match?
I had that thought too. Honestly.
First of all, please, no non-title singles matches where the champion gets pinned.
Yes.
That is a championship match, and the champion just lost.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, number one, never. Do that. Number two, if you do a big tag team match and the champion gets pinned, the next fucking week the next pay-per-view, that is a title match
100%.
because you pinned the champion.
And that's New Japan booking. That's that.
Yeah. Right. Although, I mean, this might seem random, but next week Rio's facing Britt Baker.
And that's a title match.
Yeah. It's a title match.
No, but that makes sense. I mean,
well, next week is 2 title matches.
Yeah, which is a huge
show.
Well,
she's got the win-loss record, I guess.
Exactly.
But you know what? It's not hot-shotting. It's just, I guess, we don't quite completely understand the organization.
Well, it's early still yet. Yeah. I mean, it's early still. But so again, match is great, but that's not what is important here. This is all to set up the big angle, much like last week.
The big angle.
Yeah.
The clusterfuck.
Yeah.
The AEW end of show WCW clusterfuck.
I think we have another picture for that as well, right? Yeah. So this one came in waves, which I really loved.
Yeah.
So I don't know who came off best here. For me, my favorite moment of this sort of clusterfuck was they keep teasing the MJF turn.
And slow play.
And they're gonna. And you know what? I want them to stop teasing it for like a little bit as well. And then you can tease it again, and then you can just back off of it entirely. Just forget all about it.
They shouldn't do anything with this turn until Cody's a champion.
Whenever
that may be.
He's got to bide his time. Actually, Cody tweeted, "I get he's a bad guy, but he's been my hand-selected project since before All In. He's become one of my best friends I've ever had. Thank you at the MJF."
The roller coaster and MJF.
Yeah, I mean, he did lose to Son of Havoc, though.
Yeah. Well, I like that match a lot. That was a good one.
It was a really fun one.
Yeah. You know what I really like about this clusterfuck? So up until we'll do a pre-Darby and before Darby.
Yeah. Okay.
pre-Darby, the thing that was most exciting to me was, doesn't it feel like we're getting like War Games vibes here? We've got kind of the right amount of people. There's teams set up. Like we could have a War Games match.
Well, so the funny thing is,
don't they trademarked it, right? Cody.
I think he has the name,
or did he like?
Or he has the format that like he owns something, right? We look this up.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah,
please do.
He wants to buy War Games. From WWE.
Yeah, but I mean they could still run a similar gimmick, I guess.
Why not?
Right?
You could call it something else.
Exactly.
Wag the dog.
Yeah. Oh, what do we got here? Real Richard Bluetwig screenshot reaction.
yeah.
So, you know.
I think some people are probably torn on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because. Okay.
You hear about the skateboard bit?
My favorite movie is Hackers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, Hack the Planet. Yeah.
My favorite movie is Hackers. The Plague.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. The Plague.
Yeah.
Played by fine actor known from Early Edition or Short Circuit. He skates around in his goth coat.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I was just like, oh, I'm in a coma, and they've started making wrestling for my brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this bit is everything I want. This is the sports entertainment I want. And as we talked about earlier, who knew Darby fucking Allin is gonna be the guy?
One of the biggest pops tonight. He comes skating down the ramp. By the way, you've terrified me. Any week now, we're gonna wake up and it turns out we've been living inside Frank's snow globe the whole time, and I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
But
it turns out we're janitors.
Exactly. I don't like that.
But hey,
well, that's
dignity of work.
It's a union job.
That's right.
But, Frank, I think you're absolutely right. Who knew that Darby would be in that position? It's crazy that fucking Darby Allin off a skateboard hit Chris Jericho, the world champion of AEW.
What? Yeah, I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And Chris Jericho is like, okay, Chris Jericho made Kevin Owens look like $1 million.
Yep.
Chris Jericho made AJ Styles look like $1 million.
Made him look okay, but yeah.
I mean, the match kind of sucked, but you know,
it was kind of disappointing.
He made Fandango look great.
He made Fandango. Out of spite, he made Fandango look fantastic.
I like that match a lot. Fuck you guys. That was a great match.
He was really mad about it. Like Chris Jericho didn't want to do it.
His first video did have a burn car. It was a Corolla, I believe, but he had insurance, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Relentless. Again, don't After Effects your car, guys.
Oh, Jay Ronan says the favorite part of the show for him was the skateboard down the ramp.
I've never seen anything fucking like it, and I have seen him do like the drop. Like,
he's done it twice now, right? And PWG and AEW.
Yeah, PWG dropped the skateboard on Joey Janela, got over huge, so we did it again on TV.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's very like Bart Simpson, like power up.
He is kind of skinny Bart Simpson.
Well, you like in the arcade game when it's like you get to find power up, and then.
Hey, don't eat Darby Allin shorts because he's only got leggings under there.
It's
so,
true.
You know, he needs those.
It's true, and they're grody.
I'm still not sure about the Daisy Dukes.
I love
leggings.
It. It's different. It's cool.
It's different. But you know what? I'd love to see him with some like fucking crazy New Japan long tights.
Ooh, yeah, kind of.
Like I think it could be really fun.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if he had like Sonata's tights or something like that.
That'd be kind of yeah. Yeah, buddy.
I don't know about that.
Here's the thing. How much more goth could he fit in his legs? I mean, here's the thing. Trent uses the whole canvas. Yeah. Bill Murray on this knee pad. Fucking Spiral on the other. Spirals are cool.
Yeah,
spirals are cool.
Well,
remember the 90s?
Like, maybe full on Jankos at that point.
Ooh, that'd be sick,
right?
Yeah. Skeleton leggings.
Oh,
see?
I like skeleton leggings. Glow in the dark.
Okay, so what if?
Full on like Donnie Darko.
I mean, they've already started teasing a Halloween episode.
Maybe he can wear also like a rabbit mask when he comes out to the ring. Like you just do Donnie Darko, just do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because that movie was good.
Yeah, but don't worry. Here's like AEW loves all 90s cinema.
Exactly.
Kevin Smith's there.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some Donnie Darko bits.
Yeah.
You know what? Little green bag is gonna be someone's theme.
Oh yeah.
Or at least some bunk ass fake version.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I actually think, to me, this book ended the theme of the night.
It's funny.
This Any Given Wednesday.
Yeah. Also, Jay Ronan says MJF really got me. I really thought he was turning tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they were this close to like, whose side is he on?
Yeah.
Like it was like almost like the WCW call, and it was
They're
great.
slow playing it though.
Yeah.
It's not a microwave build. It's a slow
I
roaster.
loved it, man.
Toast roaster.
Big push for Darby Allin.
Amazing. Yeah, what were you gonna, your big picture?
It's this whole thing. You got to take everybody seriously. It's
Yeah.
not a member of the Elite coming out in that highlight spot at the end.
Yeah.
It's Darby fucking Allin.
But he is one of their guys.
He is one of the
Believe
guys.
it or not. Like,
yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm excited. Like, I think what I like about AEW the most right now
Yeah.
is that they are leaning in on their youth movement in a way that none of us, I think, were expecting. Like, we all thought Hangman Page was going to be the guy. He almost feels like an afterthought now.
Right.
Where it's like young guys like Sammy and Darby are getting pushed, or MJF. Like,
Right.
I'm in Private Party even. I wonder who's next.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like how far are they going to go with some of these young guys?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's exciting stuff.
Well, okay, so we're running dangerously out of time.
We are running Oh,
Okay.
thanks, Tony.
So very quickly, let's get into a few things. First off, little brand synergy with our other show. This is awesome, a Muscle Temple podcast,
I've
the
heard of
internet's
that
only
show.
podcast that asks the question, "What makes a great wrestling match and why?" Coming back in your ear holes tomorrow.
It's true. We got a brand new episode coming.
That's
You
right.
can just say what the match is right now.
We've said
We've already said it, but hey, it is Eddie Guerrero's birthday today. Tomorrow,
R.I.P.
Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar, No Way Out 2004. That's the subject of Season 7, Episode 1. That comes out tomorrow as soon as I finish editing it.
There you go. We're excited for you to hear that.
Thank you, KBJ.
Yeah.
It is wrestling time.
It's very exciting.
Woo!
It is wrestling o'clock.
But
Yes.
this is awesome match break.
Mm-hmm.
Match of the night.
Bucks and Private Party.
Bucks and Private Party.
Yeah, blew me away.
So so I'm gonna ask a second question.
Oh.
Do you think this was a better show than last week?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I think it was a more complete show.
Yes.
I think it had everything I was looking for in a wrestling show, including the promo, including the big angle at the end. Honestly, the only thing this was missing was
for me was the importance of like the Rio and Nyla match.
well, there's that. I'd like to have seen another women's match. I know it's it's 2 hours, you can only fit so much. I would have liked one more women's match. But yeah,
Maybe we got a bunch on AEW Dark.
that's what I'm
find out
thinking.
soon.
Yeah.
They're building a world, and I'm here for it. And
Yeah.
we're going to be here for it as many Wednesdays as we can. So really quickly, quick hits. Let's get your quick hit thoughts about AEW Dark.
Sure.
All right? Thank God we already talked about Hybrid too, because that's like
It's a whole other thing.
Darby Allin versus Shima. What do we think of this match?
I thought this was my
Darby
favorite
took
match.
it.
It's my favorite match on AEW Dark.
Yeah.
I like that Shima he put over Darby so well. Made the coffin drop look like $1 million. They teased the coffin drop like 3 or 4 times. Darby kept missing it.
JR said he's in a lifetime.
Yes,
Until
for
he
hitting
hit
it,
it.
and then he finally did. Yeah.
Love it. What do you think, Frank?
Man, that Shima match was dope.
Yeah.
I was a big fan. I was a big fan of the show overall. Like I talked about earlier, like how I really enjoyed the commentary throughout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, super dope. I must pull my notes.
Hybrid 2 and the Lucha Bros versus Private Party and Best Friends. My big takeaway from this, I feel like Jack Evans and Angelico, mainly Jack Evans though, they figured out their characters.
They
They
figured
They're
out the
little shits.
That match was an absolute clusterfuck. It was an I found it hard to follow personally.
I thought this was gonna break JR.
Yeah.
I thought he might walk off.
Yeah.
Yeah. This match was nonsense.
I don't even know who the goddamn legal man is,
Yeah.
and that's not cool. It's the opposite of cool.
Los is right. Dark is that third hour that we need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's the best way to present it on YouTube that I can watch at my leisure.
Well, and
I watched it live this time.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
I was
Okay,
home from work.
We had a listener last week that was looking for an opportunity to watch it without, cord cutting and all that stuff, without the slang and all the stuff. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for just 1 second, I can talk about how we watched the show this week. We used Sling Blue.
Yep.
Sling TV Blue. We DVR'd it, so they have a cloud DVR service, so you can just hit, this is the show I want to record. And then you can just start the show in progress. So I started about 20 minutes late, so I got no commercials.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And you know what? Stream quality was fantastic, worth every dime. So I enjoyed it on Sling Blue. I know other people like West Coast or East Coast. If you're on the East Coast, I recommend AT&T Watch TV because you can just watch it live.
Yep.
But the cloud DVR thing on Sling, dope. However, AEW Dark on YouTube, frame rate was a little off.
Yes.
Resolution was a little off. A little hard to watch. The AEW control room still looks very much like our green screen.
Not
which
great.
is to say, not perfect.
Not great, Bob.
All right, now, really quickly, and just to note, the Hybrid 2 and the Lucha Brothers 1. Got to keep the Lucha Brothers strong.
It was the Hybrid 2's first win.
Yeah.
Yeah, despite themselves.
Yeah.
They're little shits.
Yeah, I like that they're arguing over who the actual winner was with Pentagon and Faded.
I just like that Jack Evans was getting in Lucha Bros' face, like we're gonna start this match, like we're the
right.
They suck, and I love it.
Also, I want to see more of Pentagon's character from Lucha Underground. I'm not sure if that's in there still.
Nope. All you're getting is Sarah Miedo.
This is
but he looks so cool. I want
save it. Embarrassment of riches in this promotion.
Save the character of your wrestler.
Yep, we'll see.
Save the character.
You don't need it right now. There's only so many spots. We
haven't even gotten any Dark Order yet, so don't even get me started about saving.
Well, no, I will say, and we don't have the time to talk about it, but this is, and I never agreed with it when it was this argument. It was ye old like, well, you marks always want Cesaro to be the champion. Not everybody can be champion. Well, not everybody can get the spotlight right now.
Right.
It's the formation, the promotion was
fair.
All right, Britt Baker and Allie versus Penelope Ford and B. Priestley. You and I were texting about this. You weren't loving Allie. I think you were being a little harsh.
I think she's a little out of her depth with some of the talent that they have on this show.
She's got some charisma, man.
She has some charisma. I just think that she seems a hair slower than everybody else, and I want to support everybody, but we got to pick nits here. And I think if I'm gonna be critical of any part of the match, I think Allie's got to catch up a bit.
I thought Allie was fine.
She lags to me. It feels like when everyone's in the ring and it's not her, it flies, and when she's involved, it gets a little muddy.
I thought she was good.
Yeah.
However, Penelope Ford, man.
I was shocked. I did not know that she had those kind of chops. That's the first I've seen of her in the ring.
Penelope Ford's great. Like
I only know of her as the second for Janela.
Yeah. Right. So GCW, she actually wrestled a lot of dudes. Wrestled like Ethan Page, great match. Wrestled Human Tornado, terrible match. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
But Penelope Ford is great. Also, it's just like you think about like Penelope Ford's role in like the All In match with Joy Janela. You can clearly see that she's got a lot going on.
Right.
And so I'm excited to see Penelope Ford like step out in the division too.
And of course, Britt Baker and Allie won just to set up the Britt Baker stuff for the.
Well, they're trying to give her as many wins as they can.
Also, we still haven't got Hikaru Shida.
She's got to be coming soon.
She'll be coming soon.
But you might want to save her because she's the star. You don't want to overshadow Riho, who's got to get established.
Save it.
Embarrassment of riches.
Save
it.
Joaquin wants to save everything. Joaquin would love it if a show was 4 hours of promo.
Joaquin,
with no matches.
Are you sponsored by Google Cloud? You want to save everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
We can't save
terrible joke.
Hey,
sorry.
SpawnCon.
It physically hurt me, but I love long-term booking. The Bucks have made jokes about long-term booking.
They have.
Librarians. It's long-term
but they're thinking
booking.
It out.
Yeah, but I think at least early on, you have to give people a little taste of what they can get later.
Yes.
Which is Private Party versus Young Bucks. That's like a main event tag team preview.
Yes.
Where it's just like, hey, you're gonna get more stuff like this in the future. You just stick around.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's not gonna be next week. We're not gonna
exactly.
But maybe we can have, and like Rio Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Great match. It's like, hey, this is the type of action you're gonna get on our show.
Yeah. Yep.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of single stuff.
We'll see. Yeah.
Maybe show that you can put on a great singles match, because I don't think they've done it on TV yet.
I agree. No, you're right. You're right.
So last match, SCU versus Jurassic Express.
First rematch.
SCU took it. My big notes from this is Scorpio looked great.
Yeah. Frank, I don't know if you want to call this one.
Yeah, of course. Adam John, thank you so much for 13-month resub. Thoroughly appreciate
awesome.
It. Came in hoping to see Frank wrestle. This is great too.
Yeah. You probably don't know. Frank he's retired. Frank went to wrestling school.
Yeah,
his knees
blew out both knees.
Gone.
Yeah. Torn ligaments in both my knees, bone chips in both my knees.
Aw.
Hey, don't worry. I'm going to training, not wrestling training. But I'm going to training tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get some deadlifts in. Really take care of those bad boys.
Yeah.
But trying to be a manager, I too much size, man. You got like.
See, I should be a manager. See, my problem is that I did some. I hope this never comes out. I did backyard wrestling. There's hours of footage of me backyard wrestling, and I wasn't very good.
I was a backyard manager.
You were a manager. See, I was a wrestler.
Yeah.
I was a heel.
I once chokeslammed a kid in high school on a table.
Very nice. Yeah.
Social studies.
I mostly went through the tables.
I got chokeslammed in the library once.
Okay. Nice.
Less said about that, the better.
Yeah. But Adam John, did you manage to catch any of AEW this week? Do you have any thoughts on the show?
Yeah, we'd love to hear. But yeah, Joaquin, do you want to? We're talking about SCU and
my big thing. the slow build of Scorpio Sky as the main event.
So they went out of their way on commentary to talk about how he's an overlooked talent.
Yep.
How he is one of the most underrated performers in the company. That he's poised for great things.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is happening.
I mean, a man that can do a backstabber at that height.
Oh
you,
my
you pointed
God.
that out on Twitter, and I had to go back and watch it.
That finish,
Yeah.
holy shit! He goes up for it. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And John, you got to watch. Yeah, I think you've come in late, a little late, so you're gonna miss a lot of the spoilers. So don't worry there.
And don't worry,
we're on
this will come out.
We're on AEW Dark right now, so
and,
it's fine.
and this will come out on our podcast feed. So
This is awesome feed
way.
and our YouTube channel.
Very true.
That's just YouTube. This is awesome because we don't have an official YouTube. What are they like a name yet on the like YouTube / because we don't have enough people. But that comes.
One
We'll
day.
get there.
But okay, here's my theory actually though.
Yep.
There's a world, and maybe I'll be disproven next week. Tag team finals.
Yep.
Jurassic. A Boy and His Dinosaur, not Jurassic Express.
Okay.
Versus SCU.
I mean, it would be the most set up as far as like story-wise, like match for the tournament. That's really interesting. I like that a lot. You predicted SCU to win the whole thing.
I still do.
So I guess you're gonna keep standing that. So just for the record again, Frank predicted Lucha Express. I predicted the Dark Order because I think a straight up heel team needs to go to the end. Personally,
now off of this, I'm feeling like, Private Party are going to the semifinals, and then Dark Order is going to be in there, and then you put them on Private Party, which seems like early.
Yeah,
but maybe. So who's on the other side of the bracket?
Well, so no, actually different. I think it's different sides. I think it's it would be
Jurassic Express
and
Lucha.
And
Dark Order
Private
gets
Party
a bye.
on one side, and the other side is Dark Order and then SCU and.
So maybe it's SCU Lucha Bros in the final.
That would be really interesting. Again, like what he was saying, to sort of reflect this 6-man tag series they've got going.
Casa de Los says heard good stuff for the next AEW Dark.
No spoilers here.
Yeah, not yet. We're gonna have those next week at the end.
Hey, there's no spoilers in the chat.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry yet.
Hashtag.
Don't relax.
All right.
Don't relax. There's no spoilers
Well,
yet.
we can relax because we're dangerously out of time, and we still want to kind of gloss over something that we used to do all the time.
That's true. Yeah, we do this really quickly. Yeah.
Okay. So that would, of course, be being the elite. Wow, I don't even have the number. That's how not prepped I am. Okay.
173.
173, guys.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. Okay. First off, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Yes. So thank you, Jay Ronan. That's exactly what I was saying. Dark Order, Private Party, and I think ultimately Dark Order goes over so you can have a chase. But thank you for agreeing with me because I'm right.
I think the Dark Order thing isn't working.
They haven't done it yet.
Here's the thing. They've done it twice on pay-per-view.
On TV.
On pay-per-view, they've done it twice. They have not done it on TV at all. You haven't even teased these guys who have the buy in your tag tournament.
Yeah.
They're not winning.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
They're not winning.
I don't know about that.
They haven't even talked about them.
I don't know about all that.
They barely even mention them when the buys.
You gotta save things like Joaquin was saying. Like that's what hit this whole.
I mean, if they're gonna be your next tag,
okay,
if they're gonna be your next tag team champions, you build to it. You build to it.
We have like 2 or 3 more weeks of this tournament. We can start next week.
If you're gonna have your it's like it would like be debuting Rio on TV, and just being like, and then you just win the belt.
We'll see. We'll see.
Like,
BTE 173. What are we doing?
All right, 173. It starts off with Kenny and the Bucks.
Yep.
Talking about what I like to call like the sort of the series finale before the reboot.
Yep.
Okay. The phone call that happened in 172. He said that it was quote fucking stupid because of course he was going to be ready for Dynamite. And then he says we're just getting started. And Nick's like, "Why? What's with this new cat?"
Why do you?
By the way, do you like my new name for this gimmick of Kenny's?
What is it?
Oh, this is Coke Zero Kenny.
Coke Zero.
Right? It's just layers.
So so Shawn Michaels ass.
Yeah.
Wait. Is this like how Jim Cornette drinks Sprite Zero?
Yeah, but also cocaine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Oh.
Coke Zero Kenny.
We just love to like mess with those rules and regulations
Yeah.
on Twitch every week, right? It's like that one shit that they're allowed on
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh man, you should.
Oh, do we violate the terms of service?
Probably.
Probably. All right. Well, let's move on. Okay, so
Frank, I'm so.
Matt.
I was quoting New Girl. That wasn't actually.
Matt
Anyway.
and Nick put over Nick's shirt yet again.
Yeah, looked great.
Although Matt's trying to not have to wear it.
Yep.
So he pretends he spilled coffee on it. Nick, of course, later in the episode still has more of it.
Of course.
Here's the thing.
And then,
Credit the illustrator of the deer shirt. The deer shirt looks nice.
Yeah.
Again, it's supposed to come on, kayfabe only. It's Nick. But then MJF comes in with, by the way...
Yes, BTE is drug-free. Let's say no.
And that's the way to be.
That's the way to be. Yeah.
That's true.
Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat.
Stop.
I
will say, okay, during our last sort of the series finale of our WTE
I remember
format,
that, yeah.
I said the MJF scarf was the thing to put over, and you guys said the Nick shirt. But
Scarf,
it's canon.
Big time scarf.
Big time on the scarf. So that happened. What else happened? Frankie and Marco Stunt had a segment where they did a callback to the Bob Holly story from wrestlers in hotel rooms getting
pretty good. Who's wearing the hot stuff?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, so first of all, there's layers here.
Yes.
So
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Duke got too furious.
It's Kane.
I didn't know it was a Mexicoke.
It's gotta be Kane.
It's gotta be Kane. That's good shit.
That's right.
Give me some of that.
Hey, at least they brought the pyro back for when Kane inevitably waddles back to the ring.
That's true. That's true.
Waddles.
Give me more of that.
He's got good knees, unlike some people in this room.
All right, let's go. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Had too many. We've moved on.
Everybody
Red
relax.
stripe. Okay.
Hey, here's the thing. Kane's knees probably just look like the inside of a jar, an empty jar.
He takes everything so safely.
All right, where? What's
He
next?
lands on his knees for a DDT.
What's
Yeah,
next?
it's a
He
very
weighs
good
300
point.
pounds.
Look, Orange Cassidy, full segment.
Yep.
Athlete interview with Orange Cassidy. What do we think about this, guys?
Yeah. I mean, it was
I loved it.
It was great. Orange Cassidy. He's over.
You gotta heal out on each other sometimes.
Yeah, it's
right?
fantastic.
I loved the Orange Cassidy bit. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, just you know what? Just build him. Just build him up.
Slow burn, no pulp.
Well,
Orange
no,
Cassidy.
okay. Here, real question for the chat
Yeah.
too. How many people who are watching and they're flipping through the channels and it's like, oh, TNT. Oh, cool. There's a wrestling show. Oh, a new league.
New league.
They do call it a league.
Yeah, I love that
Right, a
phrase.
new league.
Yeah, yep.
How many of those people are transferring over and going to BTE?
I don't know.
I think very few.
Because it's not like BTE's advertised, quote unquote.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
assume that
I
they're
mean,
gonna
they
do
were
a Google?
advertising the main event of the last show.
Well, they got what was the pre-roll for the packet.
How would you know?
But even it didn't even say the elite. It said being the elite on their entrance.
It did.
Postmortem Potassum says that he's the hottest thing that's going in AEW.
Yeah,
Orange
Orange. Him and Luchasaurus.
I agree.
Yeah.
I love him.
Here's the
Recently
thing.
just met him. Good guy. Bought a shirt. But
Orange Cassidy is in a perfect spot
Right now.
because Orange Cassidy can lose as much as you need him to.
Right now. Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt the bit at all because as long as he does the bit, everyone still loves Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
But I will say, so I think that Orange Cassidy is the perfect. Obviously, he's a vehicle for if you like wrestling and you want people who aren't into wrestling to get into wrestling right now.
Yeah.
You don't show them Flair, Shawn Michaels, and you don't show them Rock Hogan.
No,
although maybe you'd
it's-
listen to our show.
well.
Our other show. This is awesome. You show them an Orange Cassidy match,
Orange
but at the
Jarvis.
same Orange Jarvis.
Also, I ran into John Mathot today.
Oh, nice.
Shout-outs.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of our early
One of our
guys.
very
He's an
first
alum,
guys,
as
yeah.
I'm starting to call him
Yeah.
out. But if you're just a wrestling agnostic, who is Orange Cassidy to you?
No, I get it, but to answer your original question, like,
And I'm like, this is me playing devil's advocate.
I think.
Well, okay, so anyone I've shown Orange Cassidy to who has not much of a relationship with professional wrestling loves him. Becky loves him. Elliot loves him.
Yep.
Lacey loves him. All my friends I've taken to shows who like the idea of wrestling or like watched a couple matches here and there, and they're just like, oh, wrestling's fun, but they don't follow it unless they're like next to me. Orange Cassidy is the guy.
Well, I think he's an easy entry point because he rides that line between wrestling being fun and serious, like wrestling being something you can sort of invest in, but also like not take too seriously.
Yeah.
He literally is that. Yes,
Yeah.
he is the perfect TV champ. Thank you, Casa de
I don't
Los.
know if is he a future AEW World Champion?
He thinks.
As, Jay Rowan
He
said.
thinks probably. Which
Yeah.
who
That's
knows?
Like, so
Maybe not in his current incarnation. But
So
yeah.
if you start to get deep into Orange Cassidy, over,
yeah,
his matches can take a turn.
they can. David Starr matches.
The David Starr match in
great.
particular. Orange Cassidy, when he drops the bit, and you know who I would love to see him against? MJF.
That'd be amazing.
I want to see MJF bring out the monster within Orange Cassidy.
That'd be really cool.
Because it'll blow the fucking roof off the place.
That'd be really, really cool.
First, second, third stages, right?
Yeah. But no, to go back to what you were saying originally, does this show drive audiences towards BTE? I don't think so. I think BTE is an audience that built AEW. I don't think it goes the other way. Unless you get really hardcore.
I mean, there's like
but
a
I don't
lot
think
of
that's
people.
there's no problem with that.
There's like a lot of people who are watching this show though.
Right? No, there are, but I don't think people need to watch BTE to be able to follow AEW. Is what I'm saying.
But now it's canon.
It is, but it's not. It's like it's gonna be kind of like the TV shows on Disney Plus. They're gonna be for Marvel. Like, do you need to watch WandaVision? Probably not.
But if it's in the 50s.
But if you were really into the Marvel universe. You'd probably want to watch.
So are we talking about the hit PlayStation game Enter the Matrix and the role that it played between the Matrix 2 and 3?
Yes, or maybe the Animatrix. It's very much I think BTE is Animatrix.
It flushes out the world, but you still don't know what the architect's talking about. AEW doesn't need post BTE doesn't. Post.
I don't think they do.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They're like separate entities.
It's super funny. It's
Road 2 is canon.
Road 2, but it's done.
And we haven't had one of those in a while.
That's right. Yeah. So let's roll through some of the sort of less important segments.
Let's go home time.
Luchasaurus and Jay and Silent Bob and Jungle Boy. The parallels were shown.
We by the way, we called this on the last show.
Yes.
We're just like they just bought them in so they can put them on BTE.
Yep. This is our episodic reminder. Watch this. I love this segment.
Yeah.
I'm a child of the 90s. What can I say? I went to film school partly because of Kevin Smith, which I'll have to unpack later.
Whoops. Yeah.
Hey, we all make mistakes. I know I have.
All right. What do we got?
Leva Bates at the Library of Congress.
Fine. It was fine.
FaceTiming with Peter Avalon.
Is
this rom-com working for you still?
It's not a rom-com anymore. It's just the kind of thing they're doing. It's nothing.
No. I think there's something where it's just like Peter Avalon wanted to be a librarian so he could be an AEW.
Yeah.
So he could get paid.
Yeah.
Now there's two librarians. He didn't like that at first.
Yeah.
Then he kind of got into it and so he'd be like, okay, maybe Leva and I can make this thing work. Now, Leva is all in on being a librarian, and Peter is not. So you bring them together, you're pushing them apart. They gotta do something with it, and it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I think the guest spot on TNT is the librarian.
There's no time.
I mean, there's always time for someone to lose a match.
No, yeah, but
and you know what? If AEW is teasing and had some matches, I think some libraries are gonna get some.
By God, that's the librarian's music.
There you go. That's true.
And here's the thing: I would love if it's just like library music hits and Peter Avalon comes out and JR's like, oh God, like if he's just like, what's this idiot doing out here?
Right. That'd be interesting.
He loses the match, and then he can eventually shed the gimmick and hopefully bring in Ray Roses and PP Ray can be reformed.
That would be cool.
Because PP Ray is my favorite indie tag team.
He said that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, everyone else is no longer indie. They all got signed.
That's true. That's true. All right, what about last bit, right?
Well, so then finally, okay, there was one sort of shoot kayfabe moment, but I loved it. This history in the making moment. The guys watching Rio and Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Just Kenny being so happy for his friend, honestly.
Yeah.
And in between running out to the ring.
Yeah.
Kind of having a moment. Very beautiful.
I love that they were talking about, like, they're stealing the show.
Nick, I think there's a Nick very genuine was like, they're stealing the show.
And they're happy, and they're bouncing up and down in their seats. And whoever is actually controlling one of the camera things, their hand was not Doctor's hand. Their hand was like,
yeah.
I think it was probably Cody. Like, where it's just like, okay, I'm trying to like choose the camera angle. I'll choose this one.
Yeah.
Like you could see the hand. It was
very
really cool.
That's the kind of stuff that we never get to see, and it's really cool.
It's a shoot, brother.
Yeah.
Well, and finally, so we talked about this, basically the very real moment that got set up for the next episode of Dynamite, which was Paige kind of setting up that tag team match, and finally Kenny getting checked on by the doctor and the Bucks coming in and admonishing him and proving that they are indeed fathers, parents indeed, because they said to Kenny, we're not mad, we're just disappointed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, you know, that gets echoed again. There was a post-match promo with the Bucks where they're talking about how disappointed they are. They were the number 1 seed. They lost their private party. And then Nick says, well, you know, it's my daughter's birthday, so I'm just going to leave. And then Matt tells him, hey, you know what happened last week? Everybody got jumped. You don't get to leave. We have to stay to the end of the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, again, isn't this kind of a nice touch? That was on Twitter. You can see that on the AEW Twitter.
Yeah. All good bits, all complimentary bits. I think we are going to start running into some of the problems that WWE runs into because, you know, like they post a whole bunch of stuff, like setting up stuff on like their social media and they post stuff, but never actually interfaces with the show.
I don't know that.
I think AEW acknowledges it, and I think it's complimentary stuff that you maybe don't need. But if you don't know where to look for everything, if I'm missing a crucial promo on social media,
that's
because here's the thing, I follow the AEW Twitter. It posts a lot of stuff, and I don't know what's new and what's not.
Right.
So if I have to watch it, maybe not the best thing. Yeah. But right now, it is purely complimentary stuff. And if there's something really great, you kind of hear about it. Check it out.
Well, I think what's nice is that all of the characters, every one of the wrestlers seem to have agency over their character.
Yeah.
So they get to sort of have a say in like what the story is, how they're portrayed, what their personality is, so that when you see them doing like a one-off bit on Twitter, this isn't just something that they were assigned they're doing and that it's not going to have anything to do with what they're doing next week. It's all internalized. So even if it's not necessarily something that you need to see, it's not canon, it's still something that builds to the world if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to see this bit with the Young Bucks, but it enhances your understanding of their characters if you need that extra little bit of business.
If you want that supplementary material, there it is.
There it is.
If you want the supplementary material, we're here for you.
There you go.
Each and every Wednesday.
Love it.
Here on twitch.tv/Becky and Frank. I don't know about every Wednesday. But we're probably going to
as many as we can do.
As many as we can do. As you can see, we're continuing to upgrade the production
We're
value.
trying. We're trying.
Yeah.
Hey, I won't wear green again.
Yeah.
When we're in front of a green screen.
Good night, M479. Thanks for joining us.
Good night. Thank you for joining us as always.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thoroughly appreciate it. If you could do us a big favor, if you go on iTunes and you can look up This Is Awesome / Watching the Elite. If you give us 5 stars on iTunes, that really helps us out. If you go on YouTube and you search for Watching the Elite and you find our previous episode, thumbs up would be really awesome.
Very huge.
And a subscription. Because then we can start, having like our own URL.
Ooh. That would be great.
Yeah. It's like a .com.
Yeah.
But with a slash.
Ooh.
For it.
And it's like slash fiction, right?
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And again, our other show, This Is Awesome, comes out tomorrow. Again, season 7 starting up. You can catch that at thisisawesomepod.com.
That's true.
Hit us up on Twitter at TIAPod.
One Twitter.
And yeah.
It's also our Twitter for this show.
And yeah, if you have any more thoughts about this week's AEW Dynamite, any thoughts about how we're running the show, any things that you think that we could do better, change, whatever, watchingtheelite@gmail.com.
And again, any sort of questions or comments or concerns that you guys have for us, if you shoot us an email, we'll read them on the air. We'll answer them. And again, thank you everyone for joining us in the chat. This is always super fun. This is way more fun than just doing the normal podcast because we get to actually talk to you guys and
it makes me really
and you have to deal with our mugs. You know what I mean? Which is
And they see a bunch of me throughout the week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. And Casadelos kicked us off for the.
Oh, he did our gimmick.
Right.
So,
when we all do it together.
All right. Until next time.
Watch Elite. Watch Elite.
Second time.
Catch you later.